Namaste everyone watching. It's a pleasure for us and honor also to demonstrate straight through. We all know that networking is very essential and important in the world of communication and technology competency. The use of straight-through cable plays a big role in the upsurging world. Through this technology, human life can be easy nowadays. Life less exertion of effort is much widened through
Straight-through cable is a type of twisted pure copper wire cable for local area network used for which RJ45 connectors. At edge have the same pin-out or arrangement of conductors. Straight-through cable is used to connect computers and other end-users' devices to networking devices such as hubs and switches. It can also be used to directly connect like devices to hubs or to switches. If the cable is plugged into a uplink port on but not both of the devices, crossover cable is used to connect two like devices without use an uplink port.
Okay, we are here today to perform the straight-through cable, but first, we'll introduce you the materials. So first, crimping tool. Second, UTP cable. The third, RJ45. The next is wire stripper. And lastly, the tester.
A Cat 5e or Cat 6 cable will be required. This cable is mostly used with making an unshielded twisted pair, UTP. Make sure that the body of the wire has not been damaged. Feel for lumps or anything unusual while examining the cables, as this can cause errors and may not even let your cable work. Also, avoid bending the cable too far past its bend radius because this can cause the copper inside to be damaged and not work correctly. The bend radius is usually where the cable jacket will start to turn white.
A cable stripper will be needed. Start by only stripping off about an inch of the jacket. To expose approximately an inch of wire, be sure not to take off too much of the jacket because it will have to be clamped down inside of an RJ45 connector. If there is too much wire, they might have to be shorted by cutting them directly with wire cutters. After there is a correct amount of the wires exposed, unwind the copper wires twisted together on the inside. While starting correct color, left to right, there are a total of 8 copper wires inside the jacket, each marked with a different color. Color are orange, green, white, blue, brown, white.
Step 3. Putting the wires in the connectors. Next, this need at least 2 RJ45 wire connectors, one for each side of the cable. After the wires have been spread apart, organize them into the correct color order of desired cable. We are making the T568B standard for a straight through, which means that the color order for the wire is going to be exact on the same both sides. After the colors have been organized, if they then all reach the same length, use the wire cutters directly to end to make each wire have the same length. Be careful not to trim the wires down too far, or the wires might not be long enough and might need to take a little bit more of the jacket off for the wires to be long enough to fit all into the RJ45 correctly. Once the wires are flat in order and can reach all the way to end the connector, start to put them into the RJ45 connectors. Make sure that the tab on the connector is facing down, and while holding the wires flat in order, slide the wires down to the end of the connector till you can see the copper wires at the end through the end of the connectors of plastic. Remember that the jacket has no bit inside the connector. A bit to the crimping tool will keep the wire inside the connector. Step 4. Crimping the connectors. Then RJ45 wire crimpers will be required to hold the connector onto the cable. If the cable so far has got all the wires correctly inside the RJ45 connector along with a bit of cable jacket, then it should be ready to crimp the wire inside of the connector. The crimpers push down a wire lacking piece inside that cannot be undone. Note, once the wire is crimped down correctly, there are errors with the connections and the wire doesn't work correctly. The only way to fix this is to cut off the RJ45 connector with wire cutters. Step 5. Testing the cable. Last, in order to test the wire, either try using it on live machines or use a cable tester to get detailed information about the wire in specific, such as that wires are where and how long is the whole cable. A tester can also determine that the wires are in incorrect spots.
Making a straight through cable.
And that's all. Thank you for watching.
Arat na!